Y'all don't want it. Bad enough, had enough. Sounding like everyone. Here to tell you, your time is up. Brought it down to your level. I'm a rebel against the grain. Being different, same ignition, lighter fluid without a kitchen. The ideal, make impressions. Say something, make me feel it. You can't do it, and I knew it. I pursue it, pain I deal it. I'm a realist and a winner. Original, good selection. This is for anyone sick of the earth. I'm here to offer protection. Make you question all your verses. You stumbling through your performance. You ain't hot or the warmest. I'm stinging hot, call me a hornet. Price of fame, you can't afford it. You want it free, do nothing with it. F you, hey me, the mentality, you scared to risk it. It ain't no future, off in your frontin', wanna create you a miracle. Ball work, minimal. You all talk, criminal. I am not hearing you, and I'm not feeling you. Y'all so disrespectful, like I'm supposed to be fearing you. Hip hop, renaissance. Remember when we went hard? I don't need an entourage. Why you need a bodyguard? Next level, same rules. You coming down, change moves. I don't gotta get in where I fit in. I've been here and been about my shoes. So don't be surprised at the kickback. It be the stuff you can't get back. My time is real, you don't get that. I'ma hit you with the real facts. I got that, I got that. You got that, I got that, I got that, I got that. You got that? No, you don't. Don't be surprised at the kickback. It be the stuff you can't get back. My time is real, you don't get that. I'ma hit you with the real facts. I got that, I got that. You got that? I got that, I got that.
And like that, you got that, I got that. We are back. Egypt, and of course, Mr. King Pharaoh himself. Y'all are tuning in to the Pharaoh and Egypt segment of the Queens of Conversation, which I like to call it the King and Queen of Conversation. So we are going to do something a little different tonight, because usually me and Pharaoh, we pick a topic and we just go at it. But so much stuff has been popping off in media. We have had the Democratic convention, or should I say the Democratic Party. We had a hoopla, little John that came out, we done got Trump. And we had some interesting interviews. What I will say is what I am noticing in 2024, before we get into the politics of Queens and what we got coming up this weekend. And I want Pharaoh to co-sign on this, or not even co-sign, but just say what he thinks too. I noticed this 2024 year has exposed a lot of people. A lot of people have had to step down from big preachers. A lot of people have got caught up in scandals. A lot of truths have been exposed. I am starting to see more men come out and be more transparent on mental health, on grief, on marriage, on divorce, not only on our platform, but on the platforms as well. I don't know what's going on in 24, but the masks are falling. What you think, Pharaoh?
Definitely. The year started off with a bang. The year started off with a bang, and the following months didn't fail to amaze us. So yes, definitely 2024 has been an eye opener. A lot of things revealed, revelations of many people, many things, many events. And I really believe the best is yet to come. With 4 months left in this year, I really believe that we're going to close out this year with a bang when you come to revelations and transparency. I think there's going to be a few more epic moments in this year. So yeah, man, this year has been very eye opening, very eye opening. From Tony Evans stepping down at Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship,
yes,
to TD Jakes attending P. Diddy parties and whatnot. So there's a lot going on, man. And I can't wait to see what these last 4 months are going to reveal to us.
Yeah. And a lot of these big people that we have placed on these pedestals, or we have idolized for so many years, is making it be known now that they're human too. And we're seeing that they're human, which that's what we should be doing anyway. The Bible said we shouldn't be idolizing anyone. I don't care if it's a preacher or not, because we are man and we're human and we're flesh. gonna mess up and we're gonna make mistakes. This segment, man, me and Pharaoh gonna talk about. There was a bomb interview that was done on the Breakfast Club with Tyrese. We're gonna touch that. Of course, y'all know we're not gonna go to bed without touching the DNC convention. The highlights, some of the speeches. We're gonna give our spiel on what we feel, or what we thinking. I don't know how y'all feeling out there in TV land. Like, have y'all persuaded sides? Have you still neutral, or is this like a spectacle? Like, we want to hear what you guys have to say on this stuff too. And then we're gonna come back with Mr. Newton. Dr. Brian actually did an interview, and she's been eating men up on TikTok, y'all. And we say eating because us women, and I'm gonna be honest, we like to see when another woman holds a man accountable. Now, I'm not saying that women don't need to be held accountable, because we need a brother to come like, what's the man we didn't like? They used to tell us we wouldn't.
Kevin Samuels. Brother Kevin.
Brother Kevin had us in check. You know what I'm saying? But this woman here is bringing mental attention to some of the problems that we have camouflaged, not only as men, but as women too, because I've been watching her and how she's moving. We're going to touch on that too. But that's your boy, Pharaoh.
Mr. Chris, good evening, brother, good evening.
We are on it. So let's start here before we dive into anything. The Queens, I want to say this. First of all, I want to thank you guys for your continued support and for watching. I always have to give flowers where flowers due. I want to thank my host, Mr. Pharaoh, for always coming through when I need him to come through, for rolling with whatever silly stuff I come up with. He just read it. He just put the little muscle sign up and say, let's go. To Mr. Chris that's always on call, Mr. J. Marie. And we got another segment, y'all, that's going to spin off that's fit to shock a lot of people. And I'm doing it in a segment way. That way we don't leave anything unturned and everybody gets the fair attention on the Queen's platform. And I think that was God's vision from the beginning. And we were being selfish and we wasn't obeying God because we were making it about us. And we didn't open that platform up, and we are opening it up. We're seeing the engagement and we're seeing the numbers. You guys have been giving me positive feedback on Mr. Pharaoh, which I did not know myself was this bad, you guys, until I actually got him in that chair. I've heard him speak several times. I've seen him do things in the community, but until you actually vibe with someone or just sit down for an hour and listen to what someone says, the man bad. I have to give praises where praises is due. So with that being said, Mr. Pharaoh, I just want to always say, what's up, Mr. Oso? We just played your intro song. To Mr. Pharaoh, thank you. Thank you for all you do. And I know you got me.
It's an honor. It's
always I'm in my feminine era. I say he got me. Okay.
Yeah, it's an honor. It's always an honor. Definitely.
We're going to start here. The Queens had the pleasure of being requested. We didn't have to hunt them down. They actually came and found the Queens of Conversation. We will be doing the media for this jazz festival, y'all. Y'all see the lineup. CeeLo Green, Genuine, Stokely, Ruben Studdard, Sheila E., a whole bunch of more artists. Some of them I'm not even familiar with. I'm just going to be honest. But we have been requested to come out. We're going to pick up media passes tomorrow. I won't know definitely if I will have the opportunity to interview Genuine, because that's who I requested. And she did let me know that they were kind of backed up. But it is such an honor where when people watch what you do and how you move in the community and you get chosen instead of have to hunt things down. This is a prime example of when you move in order and move with purpose, God will bring it to you. And this was brought to us. So y'all, along with MTS, my TV station, which will be the camera crew, Miss Aqua, we're going to bring out some bad stuff, man. Some bad stuff. So I would run the flyer. I think they're doing 25% off of those tickets. It's going to be a bang-up show, y'all. It's indoors. It's not outside. So, you know, if you got a boo, you into that kind of R&B and all that kind of stuff, man, come on out. I'm not even going to tell Pharaoh. Well, I know he's so busy. But they limited how many people I can have. So it was me, and a camera crew. I had to have a camera crew. That's the only reason Mr. Pharaoh is not tagging along with that. Because J. Marie was like, hey, what about me? And I was like, I hit her, and she was like, you at capacity. So, but the Queens is in that thing. We are definitely there. So we are moving in a positive way, and I just thank God for that. And what's up, Miss Lisa? How you doing? I hope you get ready to enjoy the show. So without further ado, I think what we're going to do, we're going to go straight into, because all of these are trending topics. So we're going to go into these, play them, give our little spiel on them. Y'all comment, y'all give us y'all engagement too. We're just hitting all the hot topics. It's not a big topic like me and Pharaoh usually do, because y'all know my brother on here, he'll go. But we're going to do a series of trending topics tonight. And we hope you guys enjoy.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Reese, you deal with a lot of grief. Like I think about, Brother Paul Walker, and I think about
John
Singleton, your mother.
Divorce. Both of my sisters died.
Your sisters. People don't look at divorce as grief, but you did. You lose things, You probably lost a lot of friends when you went through your mental health breakdown. Are you really, have you really taken the time to deal with all of that grief? Or do you just try to stay busy to avoid it?
I'm doing the best I can with every 24 hours I get. That's it.
Get some tissue for me, brother.
No, I don't need no tissue. Black men cry.
That's right.
Fucking tissue. Every 24 hours I get, I'm doing the best I can. Beautiful Pain, 1992. There is no square footage I could ever live in. There is no rims, no jewelry, and no car. There is no net worth. There is no press release. There is no co-star. There is no collaboration in the world that could ever replace my mama. That could ever fill the void of what it's like to wake up and get married and want to be in something for the rest of your life. And it goes away.
You're making me cry.
Get Tyree some tissue.
I don't need no tissue.
Man, you're US, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I love you.
You've
too,
been holding
brother.
this
Do you
in the whole
understand
interview,
how much power it is in letting it go?
Yeah, because you've been holding it the whole interview. I've been watching you.
You asked me the question.
I did, but I'm getting you some
You should have
tissue.
never asked the question
I love you,
if you
brother.
didn't want to see
I love you, brother. I love you.
how hard it's been to get through.
I love you, black man.
Okay, do you not cry?
Absolutely.
You might not bring it to the radio,
Absolutely.
but this is what being grown
Thank
is.
you, brother.
I'm not doing this.
I need one. My makeup gonna mess up. I didn't.
Hear me.
My concealer
Hear
is
me.
sitting today.
See?
Hear me. Black men cry. When divorces happen, women aren't the only one that are devastated. When a miscarriage happens, women are not the only one that you should be checking on. When you can't put food on the table because your career goes up and then it goes down, stop calling, skipping over the man, and just checking on the woman.
Yeah, that was a very powerful. I believe to date, I believe that was the most powerful interview that I've seen Tyrese Gibson give in his whole career.
Yeah.
It was powerful because he spoke to something that we as black men have yet to speak to ourselves about, and that is us being emotionally vulnerable. We have to be open to the idea of being emotionally vulnerable. Many of us, I can speak on behalf of men, many of us do not allow ourselves to be emotionally vulnerable because we fear the stigma of being called weak. We fear the stigma of being looked at as a punk, a sissy, and so much and so forth. When in actuality, it takes a real man. It takes a real man to open up emotionally and allow people in to see this is what I'm going through. This is what I'm going through. When I saw the interview this past week, when I saw Tyrese doing that on the Breakfast Club, I actually, I didn't do it literally, but internally, I gave a round of applause. I gave a round of applause. And I gave a round of applause because Black men need to understand that if any man on this planet deserves a corner to go in and just weep, it is us. If any man is deserving of being able to release and just let that grief and sorrow out, it is us as Black men. If any man deserves it. And we need to understand that, man, we deserve to allow our feelings to be exhausted. Let them out. Tell the world we put up such a facade.
Mm-hmm.
You see men every day, and the people that's viewing this, I'm talking to you. You see men every day that look like they have it together. Nice cars, nice clothes, jewelry on, always stay neat, groomed, and you swear up and down that he got it together. He got it together. And you have no idea what that man is dealing with the internal strife that he have going on in his life. Many of us, we wear a mask when we leave our homes. We wear a mask when we leave our homes. So when Tyrese did that, Tyrese really empowered a lot of men to say, I can also allow myself to be emotionally vulnerable. I can allow myself to do that. In Egypt, that's something I had to learn to do. I had to learn to be emotionally vulnerable because I talk on her. We have real conversations on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And I can share some with you guys because you know what? Once upon a time, I want to share this with you all because I was ashamed of it. But once I dealt with it and realized it wasn't my fault, there's nothing for me to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
But as a child, I was taken advantage of by a female family member. And this happened repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly until one day it was halted by her being caught. And that affected me growing up. That affected me. I was wondering why, as I got older, why was I so hypersexualized? Why was I so hypersexual? I was hypersexual. I willingly lost my virginity when I was 11. Let that sit in, people. And key words is willingly, because I lost my virginity long before then. I lost my virginity between the ages of 4 and 5. This is me talking to you all, being real, being emotionally vulnerable. But I lost my virginity between 4 and 5 years old. But I willingly lost my virginity at 11. But what makes an 11-year-old want to have sex? What makes an 11-year-old? It was so terrifying to me. My first orgasm, I thought I was urinating and I couldn't stop it. I panicked because I'm 11 years old. I don't know nothing about no damn sex. I'm 11 years old. But that haunted me, and it haunted me, and I kept that locked up inside of me, Egypt. I kept it locked up. I didn't want nobody to know that. I didn't want nobody to know that, man, Pharaoh, this big old muscular guy, was taken advantage of. There's no way he was taken advantage of. And it was a facade. It was a facade. And some things I did do to keep up that mask, to show that I was in control. And I had a breakthrough, Egypt. I had a breakthrough in therapy. In therapy, I learned, why was I hurting so many women? Why was I leaving a trail of tears? And that's an unfortunate phrase. Why was I leaving a trail of tears in my adult life with women? And I found out from what happened to me as a child was the culprit. I wanted to get them before they got me. That was my mentality. Get them before they get you. because this is someone that's supposed to have my best interest at heart, someone that's supposed to love me, someone that was supposed to protect me. And I felt as though if somebody that's supposed to love me, protect me, have my best interest at heart can do this to me, I know that a woman that I meet, she definitely can do it to me.
Wow.
Yeah. So my psyche became, get them before they get you. So I say all this and I share this with the viewers to let the men know, because I'm talking to somebody right now.
Yes, sir, you are.
There's some men out there right now that are saying, and they can relate to it. They can identify with it. And they're saying, wow, I experienced what that brother experienced, and I've went through what that brother went through. I have to be able to release that. And being able to be emotionally vulnerable allowed me to do away with that psyche, that mental place, and allow me to talk to people about it. So now I can help other people. So the brother Tyrese, man, I applaud the brother. Because Black men do cry. And the truth about it more, if we start to cry a little more, meaning share our emotions more, that'll end a lot of the senseless killing we're doing towards one another.
Yeah.
A lot of that is pent up frustration and anger. It is pent up frustration and anger. And if we start to share more emotionally, we will start to kill less. So thank you, Brother Tyrese. I thank him for that interview. Definitely.
I cried. I'm not even when I it's something about, I've always been like that. If you are, I think it's just your heart too. But I felt that pain, but I never thought, and see, that's why this platform is so needed. And this is a safe place, y'all. This is a safe place. Y'all just witnessed Mr. Pharaoh give his whole life, the horrific things that happened to him on this platform. So that lets you know that this is a safe place. I was done the same way for years at an early age. And in spite of being over-sexualized, I went opposite. And I don't like, I got married at 18. I used to cry when it was time to do intimate stuff with my first husband. He didn't understand. I thought I called myself healing. Like if you look at me or you tell me, I get still nervous. I still get triggered behind it. But to hear a man to say, hey, I miss my mama, and it was open to crying and showing these flowing of emotion. And there's actually a second version of this that I'm going to show, because it's something about when you're vulnerable. That's when I think God deals with us the most, because you have to be broken, you guys, to be put back together. And I didn't realize that until we started doing this platform, me and Pharaoh and the other people that has been on here. And we've been really attacking these issues and digging into, because when you got real men on the platform, they're saying, hey, now, sis, that ain't the way men wired. Because for a long time, I'm a girl of 6 boys. I didn't think boys supposed to cry. I thought y'all supposed to tough it up. I don't care who dies and who, I just thought y'all were wired different. And what we're learning is we're not. We're human. And like you said, Pharaoh, we need to cry, because I know I have a spell. Don't nothing be wrong with me. I just go somewhere and just release. And it's okay to release, y'all. And you heard it from Pharaoh. It's okay to release. I'm actually going to play this second clip. And it's kind of going to repeat some of the first, but it goes a little further of how he is saying that he's doing, how it's time to stop being real. And it hit me so much, because he was saying, stop looking at the numbers. And that was the thing I was telling Pharaoh even before the show. Hey, we was here. We was monetized. We were blah, 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 blah. And I found myself complaining with Pharaoh before we even started the show. And then I had to remember what Tyrese said. The person that's going to watch might not be in the number that I want the number to be in. And it's not about the number. And Pharaoh just said, somebody, it might not be 100 people tonight that it touched. But somebody gonna be touched by what we're doing and what we're saying and what we're showing. And y'all know we're gonna get on into some more stuff, but I want to just give due diligence where it's due. I've never seen this much humility in a long time. You could feel this man telling, just pouring out. And he did it in a public place because it hit him and he couldn't change it. I love it. And I like Pharaoh say, we walk out of here with these masks. I even do it. Oh, I'm okay. I'm a super mom. And then and inside we're crying and we're breaking. And we need that hug. We need that encouragement. But Tyrese said, bump them tissues. And y'all know that ain't what he said. But you're like, let's go.
Yeah.
Let me cry.
Yeah.
Let me cry.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful. Okay, y'all, this is part 2. And then we moving right into the Democratic thing, the convention, the party, okay.
And letting it go.
Yeah, because you've been holding it the whole interview.
Okay.
I've been watching you.
You asked me the question.
I did, but I mean, I'm getting you.
You should have never asked the question.
I love you,
if you
brother.
didn't want to see.
I love you, brother. I love you. I love you.
How hard it's been to get through.
I love you. I love you, black man.
Okay, do you not cry?
Absolutely.
You might not bring it to the radio,
Absolutely.
but this is what being grown
Thank
is.
you, brother.
I'm not doing this.
I need one. My makeup gonna mess up.
Hear me.
My concealer
Hear
is
me.
sitting today.
See?
Hear me. Black men cry. When divorces happen, women aren't the only one that are devastated. When a miscarriage happens, women are not the only one that you should be checking on. When you can't put food on the table because your career goes up and then it goes down, stop calling, skipping over the man, and just checking on the woman. This is real shit out here. I'm gonna wipe my own tears.
Makeup. Messing up my makeup, Tyrese.
I love you, sis. When you do things from the heart, it affects hearts. That's what beautiful pain is.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all might outsell me the first week. I made a fucking classic. Some of the most legendary movies in the world didn't do well in the box office. Baby Boy bombed. Do your research. Is it a classic?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is Baby Boy a
Undisputed.
classic?
Hell yeah.
People didn't even know who the fuck I was as an actor when that movie came out.
Baby Boy, the only reason BET still got a network going.
Praise God. If the movie bombed in the box office, why is it the only movie that they still playing on BET every day? Don't confuse data and numbers and popularity with the reality of what affects hearts. I'm a grown-ass man, and I'm going to tell y'all something about 1992, as well as The Masked Singer when I did that show. Praise God for Nick Cannon. Shout out to him. I was really a masked singer. I needed that mask so fucking bad.
Wow.
I needed that money from that show so bad. I didn't have it in me to go stand on that fucking stage and sing. And praise God, I had a mask on, because while I was on stage singing, if they had seen my face under that mask,
Right.
listen, if it all ends for me tomorrow, I never sold you on fake. None of this jewelry on my arm is real. Don't love me because of no fucking diamonds. Take all this shit. This bracelet right here look real as a motherfucker. This shit was $23 on Amazon.
You said look real.
Nothing. Hear me out.
I didn't think it looked real.
It don't look fake, right? If you out here getting fake vagina over your fake jewelry, reality is reality. This shit is corny. It's all fake. It's all superficial. It doesn't mean anything.
That was extended. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Indeed.
Time out for the fake. When that man pulled off that bracelet and said, y'all don't love me because of this jewelry, you love me because I'm real. And this is the realest thing. And Pharaoh said it. We walk out with these masks out our doors sometimes, and that man just said, man, if it wasn't for that mask that was on me on that stage, I wouldn't have been able to perform. Whew, y'all, it's time out. It's time out. Sometimes we do have to become vulnerable to heal. That's part of the journey. And y'all know Damani Anderson is a therapist that works with the Queens of Conversation. If y'all ever want to reach out to him, please feel free and we can share that information with you. He not only deals with men and marriage and relationships, but he do one-on-one therapy too. And I've always said, if I were going to have somebody, it would be somebody with a sense of humor, because everything don't have to be by the book in black and white. Sometimes you need that friend-like feeling too when we're doing therapy. And that's it on Tyrese. You got anything you want to add before we switch gears?
Yeah, just one thing before we do move on. I want to say something about the mask one more time.
Yes, sir.
And this is to those who are watching. Let's talk about this mask very briefly, because you may be wearing a mask and not be aware of it. If you are waking up in the morning and you hate your morning routine, but you do it, you have on a mask. If you wake up in the morning and you don't feel passionate about what it is that you're about to complete for today, and you still do it, you're wearing a mask. Henry Ford says something that I live by. He take credit for a lot of things that he didn't invent, like the automobile. But this is one thing he did say that I live by. And this way, and if you do this, it'll prevent you from ever wearing a mask. Henry Ford said, follow your bliss. 3 simple words. What is the key to happiness? He was asked. He said, follow your bliss. What makes you happy? What makes you feel fulfilled? What makes you feel like you want to be here? You enjoy life. That's what you need to be doing. I know we all have bills to pay. I know this. I know we got car notes, we have mortgages, that Wi-Fi bill is steady going up every month. The electricity bill is killing us in the summertime. And I know, trust me, I know far too much about bills, people. But if we reduce ourselves to only being creatures to take care of bills, you are not living, you merely existing. And you're going to die with an empty life, a very empty life. A lot of material things, but empty on the inside. Oh, you're going to leave cars to brothers and sisters and sons and daughters. You're going to leave a bank account. Somebody going to be the beneficiary. You left all this material stuff, but internally, you left just an empty shell. Follow your bliss, people. Take off the mask. If people don't like what they see, they don't have to be in your presence. Take off the mask. And that's it on that.
Well needed from me as well as the audience. Take off your mask. Okay, y'all. We're going to roll right into the Democrat convention. We're going to go into this quick trending topic little thing that pops across the screen. And then we're going to go into clips. And then you'll see me and Pharaoh come back, talk a little bit. And then there's 2 clips, one from Michelle Obama and one from Oprah. And we're going to talk about it. What y'all think is going on? We're going to talk more about it. But, hey, Ms. Billiard, thank you for tuning in. And we're going to go more into it. So, y'all sit back. Let's go.
Let's go.
Build these houses and put kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to officially nominate Kamala Harris for president. 5, get loud, another round of shots. DHC, turn out for what? Turn out for what? Focus. I'm Pete Buttigieg, and you might recognize me from Fox News.
The woman who courageously outed Kamala Harris as Indian.
We are the party of real freedom.
Project 1825. I'm sorry.
You ever seen a document that could kill a small animal and democracy at the same time?
Project 1925. Oh, I'm sorry.
You can pry this wedding band from my cold, dead, gay hands.
They're trying to suppress our vote.
Boo.
Is I'm still younger than Donald Trump.
Donald Trump? Bro, we broke up with you for a reason.
It's the honor of my life to accept your nomination for Vice President.
We love a dad in plaid.
Other states were banning books from their schools. We were banishing hunger from ours.
I am too dumb. When I saw Little John come today, to see the facial expressions of the upper black people, they didn't know what was going on. Like, what? What is it? Because in the back of my mind, I'm like, till this sweat drop down my, come on, y'all know the words. And you done switched it up and made it fit for a What? Did she just have that too? So,
Hey, I watched the DNC. I watched the RNC. I watched both of them. As much coverage as possible on both. And one thing I can say about the DNC has no shame in letting it be known whose vote they trying to pull.
Yep.
It is no shame at all in whose votes they're trying to garner. And when I look at it, I laugh because I really say, and I say this with love, Egypt, I say this with love, sis. I say this with love. I say this with love. And for those who are watching, I say this with love. Kamala, is that all you think of us? And I ask this with love. Is that all you think of us, sister? You had Megan twerking, you got Lil Jon coming down. You have all these musical guests. Are we really going to give wings and give life to the stereotype that to make Black people happy, all you got to do is sing and tap dance?
That's all they did. I just say the Sammy Davis Jr. era.
Yeah.
They know that hook there. Just think about it when Skeet Skeet came out in the club. I don't care what you were doing. When that part came on, the club was crunk. But that wasn't the time and place for that. But okay.
Yeah. And that's like I said, and I say that in love. Sister, is that how you think of us? I ask that in love. Are we really going to realize these stereotypes about us as people? And that bothers me. That bothers me.
It was so funny to me. I kept playing it over and over because the facial expressions, the people were like, who is this? What is going on? They didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah, many of them didn't know many there didn't know who Lil Jon was. Many didn't know who Lil Jon was.
He old as hell.
Yeah. But Egypt, I think you and I will be remiss if we don't say publicly right now to the world that, yes, we as Black people, especially Black Americans, we lead the world in some of the greatest hits.
Yes.
We have some of the greatest dancers. But please do not get us confused with being that's all that we can do.
Yeah.
We are much more than just musicians and dancers. We are physicians, we are scientists, we are professors, we cover the board from A to Z.
Yeah.
I know when the world shows us, it only shows us in the light of entertainers or felons, but we are way more than that. We're way more than that. The DNC did not give you a great sample size of what Black America is about. But
I got a question for you, Pharaoh.
Yeah, it was nonetheless funny.
Very funny, because I'm telling you, every time he got right there, like I kept saying was ski mother. I said, oh shit, that ain't the place. See, I couldn't. Now think about if you had us in there, the hood people, because I've been all on the wall. I would have come the wall.
Yeah.
I was at the Democrat convention because that's what he's saying. You
Yeah,
done twisted that up into a voting song? Come on, really?
Yeah. Hey, it is real talk. We're more. Thank you, Sister Joy. We are more than that. You know,
Very much more.
And I need
So
the
my
world
question
to understand that.
for Mr. Pharaoh.
Yes, ma'am. Your question.
I've been getting a lot of talk. I went and got Scooter haircut Saturday, and his barber, Mr. Prime, shout out to Dion, Chocolate State of Mind. He was talking about if Kamala Harris gets into office, how that's going to play out and how that's really, really going to look. And if we are really, really thinking like how this is really going to affect everyone if she gets into office. So my question is, do you think if Kamala is elected that other countries will respect us as a country and her as our leader? Keyword, as a leader and as a president, because a lot of countries don't even let women still have certain rights.
Yeah, indeed. To answer that, I mean, I'm gonna give you a very short answer, and then I'm gonna give you an abbreviated answer, then I'm gonna give you a defined answer.
Okay.
The abbreviated answer is: will other countries respect her in her face? Yes, in her face, definitely. But in policy and how they govern themselves, no. And the reason I say this is because look at what Putin did with Biden.
Yeah.
As soon we all know that Biden was a weak leader. Come on now, let's talk. Let's be real, man. Biden was way past his prime. He was when he ran for president. Joe Biden, he lost all of his mental faculties. They are depreciating greatly as the hours tick. And he was a very weak leader. He didn't show any forcefulness at all. And Russia saw that, Putin to be exact, and he invaded Ukraine. I have to say to you all, if a strong leader was in place as a commander-in-chief of the United States of America, Putin wouldn't have thought twice about invading Ukraine. He wouldn't have thought twice about that. Because America sets the standard, people. We need to understand this. America is called the leader of the free world for a reason. America sets the standard and the precedence for what goes on all over the world. If we have a weak leader, you're going to see ambitious leaders globally do things that they usually wouldn't do. So, yes, in her face, they're going to do all of the, they're going to do the photo shoots and this, that, and other, shaking her hand, hugging her. But in practice and policy, no. And you will see that if she wins. You would definitely see that.
Second question. Y'all know I got to hear my boy, Mr. King, a conversation with these. Do you think that Kamala winning will make men upset and increase the ongoing battle of the men versus woman battle?
Okay, white men. Okay. Kamala Harris winning will upset many white men. As far as within the Black community, will it add fuel to the fire of this pseudo war we got going on between brothers and sisters? Yes. I think that it has the potential. It definitely has the capability of fueling that pseudo battle. Will it? Only time will tell. But it definitely has the potential to fuel that. Once women, the only thing women haven't done in America is become president of the United States.
Yeah, a black, semi-black woman.
Definitely.
I've been talking to a lot of brothers, and I ain't no way no black woman gonna tell me what to do. And if she get into things that all black women, I'm listening at this at the barber shop. If she gets in there, all black women gonna say they don't need no man because we president and how you, and I'm just like, oh, I never thought about that. And you done heard Charleston White too even coming back and said, no, black women don't need to be in that kind of position because we run on emotions. and we're gonna talk about that on another show, especially with women. We run on emotions. That time of month, we might be a certain type of way, and then we just emotional by nature. So when you're emotional by nature, you make haste decisions without thinking. That's scary, because I've been hearing a lot of brothers like, oh well, I might think about going to another country because y'all don't really appreciate us over here now. And if she get in then and she's married to this white man, that's gonna make black women want to date more white men. I'm just like, wow, I never thought about these questions or these instances or what could really happen if she wins. Because right now everybody is amped up, like you're saying, on Megan Thee Stallion, Little John, and these big people that supporting her, but people are not really thinking about how this really gonna look come November or December if she wins this election.
Definitely. And
we're not putting our thing on y'all. We're not telling y'all who to vote because y'all don't even know who we voting for. So
definitely. But I will say this to people. I tell people, when it all boils down to this election is it's important. It's very important because there's a lot of things that's on the table this in 2024. There's a lot of things we have on the table that need to be remedied and need to be resolved. This economy is one of them. This economy is out of hand. Inflation has gone rampant. We got to do something. We have to do something, and it has to be done as soon as possible. You have forfeitures of mortgages going on. People have been foreclosed on. It's rampant. It's out of control, man. Rent is up 31% for a single one bedroom. This is crazy. Food is up ridiculously. Gasoline is up. This economy has to be dealt with. This is a monster, Egypt. This monster has grown bigger and bigger. Yeah, and it has to. And if you are a working American that has to pay any bill, you feel it as well. So let's just look at our morals. Look at what's important to us. If Kamala, if she does it for you, so be it. If Donald Trump does it for you, so be it. If my brother Cornel West, if brother Cornel West does it for you, and keep that in mind, people. Cornel West is running as an independent. Him and Sister Shabazz, they're running for the president and vice president of the United States of America as independents. So keep brother Cornel West in mind as well. You have more than two options. But just vote for who's in your best interest and your community's best interest. And I say that sincerely. I'm going to tell you who I'm voting for, not this show, but I'm going to tell who I'm voting for. And I have a lot of people that are around me that are like-minded. And we have a very strong conviction about what it is we're doing and what we want for the Black community. And this particular individual will be the candidate that we'll be supporting. But for each their own, and I ask that you just vote with your convictions.
That part. This next clip is actually Michelle Obama. And then we're going to come back. We're going to backdoor it with Oprah's speech. And then we'll come back on, say a few more words. And then, y'all, that's our show. I wanted to touch on Cam Newton, but I'll say that for me and Pharaoh on another show because that was really big. He was real boastful about saying he had all these kids and he wanted to create more kids, but he didn't want to be married because he was scared of marriage. And when I tell you, she went down through there on that brother. Yeah, so we know if we touch that, we're going to go way past that hour mark. So we're going to roll this Michelle Obama, come back with Oprah, and then we'll come back and get our final words on what we talked about tonight.
Let's go.
For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hardworking, highly educated, successful people who happen to be Black. Wait. I want to know, who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those Black jobs? is same old Khan, doubling down on ugly, misogynistic, racist lies as a substitute for real ideas and solutions that will actually make people's lives better.
We won't go back. We won't be set back, pushed back, bullied back, kicked back. We're not going back. Not going back. We're not going back. So, let us choose. Let us choose truth. Let us choose honor. And let us choose joy. Because that's the best of America. But more than anything else, let us choose freedom. Why? Because that's the best of America. We're all Americans, and together, let's all choose Kamala Harris.
For sure.
She wouldn't be Oprah if she didn't do the yelling.
You gotta do it. It was, hey, the DNC did a great job with their production. It was one of the greatest conferences that I've ever seen. They did a great job, man. They did a wonderful job with their production. That production was unbelievable. But and not to mention Michelle Obama, she's one of the greatest orators that we've had in politics in a long time. Her and Barack, So, and that was just a timely joke the way she said one of these black jobs.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to be said about all of that, and each party has a pivot of what they're gonna attack.
Yeah.
And that's what the Democrats wanted to attack. Donald Trump, he's attacking the lack of policy by Kamala Harris. So each party has a pivot. But I was very entertained by the DNC nonetheless. It was very entertaining, no doubt about it.
Very much so. I will say this, y'all know we're going to touch this all the way up to election time. We will keep everything in rotation as the hot topics come to play, even from Trump's side, because we're not pursuing you guys to go one way or hate one person. We're just bringing you guys the facts as they come in or as they are shown to us, because many of us already see it on media. We know the media job is to put certain things in front of us for us to see. We realize what journalism is. Trump said that on his last race, that they show what they want to show. I think like Pharaoh said, it is time for a change. This election gonna affect even the education of our children. Some of us that have disabled kids, when I say disabled, like maybe your child is on an IEP program like my son is, they're gonna switch up a lot of stuff depending on who gets into office. It's gonna affect Medicare. So our parents that are aging, that need certain resources, that stuff might not be available depending on who gets in. So it is more on the table just to see Little John or whoever Trump gonna bring out. Like Pharaoh said, we really, really, really need to pay attention to what is around us and what is really gonna happen. If you're gonna get the taxes down, or we're gonna be able to afford food and milk, that's the key thing. Mortgages. I'm a homeowner, and yes, my house has tripled in value, but this mortgage has tripled as well. Car insurance is up, you guys. Everything around us is inflated, like Pharaoh said, and our economy and our job is not inflating with it to match it. So yeah, a lot of us are really, really struggling. So we need to pay attention. We have gave you guys a whole hour of a show. I'm gonna let Pharaoh say his spiel before we end. I just want to tell you guys, adjust your crown. Your story is not over. Those stories meant a lot to me, especially Tyrese. Real quick, Scarface, if you're a music fan, Mr. Scarface is in critical condition as of now with kidney problems. That's my boy, so I'm gonna keep him up in prayers. But it's a lot of things around us and a lot of people that are being affected. Pharaoh said some very inspirational, motivational things on this show regarding masks and vulnerability and safe spaces. And we hope that something we said touches you or encourages you. Share this show. If you're not going through it, but you know somebody that went through what Pharaoh went through, share this to other men so other men can see that, hey, man, they really out here talking about that. It's time out for the ratchetness and the wickedness. That's what this platform for. So I have did my diligence, and Mr. Pharaoh going to do his diligence and take us out as the king that he is. And we will see you guys next week.
Definitely. And once again, Egypt, is always an honor to share the platform with you. The edutainment, education, entertainment, we call it edutainment, but it's always an honor. It's always an honor. And for those who viewed the show, we thank you. You could have been doing anything and you could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here with us for this hour. And we are most grateful for that. And live life to the fullest. As I said earlier, follow your bliss. Like I always tell you people, the choice is yours. You have a decision to make. You have a decision to make. Every morning you wake up, you have a decision to make. And that decision is, how will I live in the next 24 hours? You can choose to be complacent or you can choose to be a conqueror. It's all on you. But you have the decision every day. Every day you have a decision to make. There ain't something that you have to do once a month. You don't have to wait till January 1st to make a resolution. You can wake up every morning when your feet touch the ground. You thank God for showing you another day. And you say, I have a decision to make, because it's yours to make. And when you make that decision, remember that you are born looking like your mother and father, but you die looking like your decisions. So with that, I love you all. And thank you for tuning in. Again, Egypt, it's on you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
You talking money, need a hearing aid. You talking about me, I don't see.
You for real. Honey, back in the green.
Lil Will right here, y'all. There it is. And
what's going on, man? It's your boy C on Money Train. But you knew that. Make sure y'all tap in with us right now, man. I got the clothing brand going on, the Broken Vessel. We got the everyone not loyal clothing brand, what God is. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with us, man. We got the hot ass movie going down right now in the building. You know what I'm saying? Anticipated, written by C on Money Train. I got a lot of big people who have been there right now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got OG Jay Holler right now.
On camera, hoes showing ass on camera. Pull out the cell phone camera. Bitches going down on camera, showing out bad on camera. Hoes showing ass on camera, lit on camera. The shit on camera, yeah. On camera, yeah. On camera, yeah. Lit on camera. The shit on camera, on camera, yeah. On camera. Popping out loud, no manners. Bitch getting geeked on camera. Now she ain't worried about shit. Go ahead, put it.